Have you ever felt like your own workspace is actively fighting against you? Well, today we are going to dive into a super simple but really powerful system designed to fix exactly that. It's called the 5S method. It's a core idea from lean manufacturing, that whole approach focused on getting rid of waste to maximize value. And it can bring order and efficiency to literally any space, from a huge factory floor all the way to your desk at home. So let's get into it. But first, let me ask you something. Just take a second and think about your workspace right now. The piles of paper, the cluttered desktop, that endless hunt for that one specific tool or file you saw yesterday. Is that environment really helping you do your best work, or is it kind of getting in your way? For most of us, if we're being honest, it's a constant battle. And that battle, that friction, it isn't just annoying. It has real, hidden costs. I'm talking about all the time we waste just searching for things. The expensive mistakes we make because the right info isn't at our fingertips, and just the mental energy it drains to work in a disorganized mess. This is the chaos that the 5S method was built to destroy. This quote from Michael Hammer just nails it. So many businesses aren't the well-oiled machines we imagine. They're in a constant state of firefighting. We lurch from one crisis to the next, leaving behind a trail of quick fixes and tons of extra inventory. And over time, all of that stuff just builds up into these massive, hidden mountains of waste. Okay, so how do we break out of that crazy, reactive cycle? Well, we need a system, a deliberate, step-by-step way to bring order to all that chaos. And that system, you guessed it, is 5S. It's what builds the foundation for a totally different, much more proactive way of working. And this is the absolute key right here. 5S is not just a spring cleaning project you do once a year. No way. It's a fundamental discipline. It's all about creating an environment that's so organized, so predictable, that it actually becomes the launching pad for every other improvement you want to make. It's about getting the ground ready for real cultural excellence. And it all breaks down into these 5 simple, memorable steps, which come to us from Japan. We're going to walk through every single one: sort, straighten, scrub, standardize, and sustain. You can think of it like this. The first 3 are about taking immediate action, and the last 2, well, that's all about making it stick. All right, let's get our hands dirty with the first 3 steps. This is where the magic really happens, where you see the most visible transformation. This is how you turn a cluttered, chaotic space into a model of efficiency. First up is sort, or Siri. Now, the mission here sounds simple, but trust me, it can be tough. You have to ruthlessly separate what is absolutely essential for the work from, well, everything else. If you don't need it for the job at hand, it's just clutter. It's in the way. It has to go. A classic way to do this is something called the red tag campaign. Basically, your team goes through the entire work area and slaps a big red tag on anything you're not sure about. Broken tools, old inventory, mysterious boxes of paperwork. Then you move all those tagged items to a holding area. From there, you decide, do we toss it, move it, or fix it? It's a really simple but decisive way to start clearing the decks. So, once you've gotten rid of all the junk, it's time to straighten, or seiton. This is where that old saying comes in, a place for everything and everything in its place. The goal here is all about logic. We want to organize everything that's left so that anyone, and I mean anyone, can find what they need, use it, and put it back with zero wasted time or effort. And we do this with really clear visual cues. Think about it. Color-coded bins so you grab the right part without even thinking. Tape outlines on the floor that show exactly where a cart is supposed to be parked. And my personal favorite, tool shadow boards. Those pegboards with the outlines of tools drawn on them. You can see instantly what's missing. It makes the correct state of the workplace obvious with just a single glance. The third step is scrub, or say so. Now, this goes way deeper than just making things look pretty. The act of cleaning your equipment and your workspace is actually a form of inspection. Think about it. When you're wiping down a machine, that's when you notice the small oil leak, or the frayed wire, or the loose bolt. These are problems you would have totally missed otherwise. It's proactive maintenance disguised as simple housekeeping. Okay, so look, anyone can do a big one-time cleanup. The real challenge, and where 5S really shows its power, is in these last 2 steps. This is how you make sure all those positive changes actually stick, and how you turn them into a new way of life for the whole organization. Step 4 is Standardize, or Seiketsu. This is where we literally create the rules of the game. We develop things like checklists, cleaning schedules, and crystal clear instructions so that sorting, straightening, and scrubbing just become part of the daily routine, not some special event we have to plan. It makes the new, organized state the default state. This often leads to something called standard work. It sounds complicated, but it's not. It's simply documenting the best, safest, and most efficient way we currently know how to do a specific task. We write it down so that everyone can follow the exact same process. This gets rid of all the guesswork and really locks in the improvements we've made. And finally, we have sustain or shitsuke. This is all about discipline, and honestly, it's the hardest part because it's about changing culture and building long-term habits. It takes real commitment from leadership, regular check-ins or audits, and actually recognizing the teams that are doing a great job of upholding the new 5S standards. This quote right here gets to the very heart of it. Sustain isn't about forcing people to follow rules. It's about creating a culture where everybody sees improving their own work as part of their job. The goal isn't just to do the work, it's to constantly be learning how to do the work better. So after all that sorting and scrubbing and standardizing, what's the big payoff? Well, the impact goes way, way beyond just having a tidy-looking workshop. It makes a real difference to the bottom line. One of the single biggest benefits is that 5S creates a visual workplace. When everything has a designated place and a clear standard, anything that's out of place, any problem, practically screams for attention. A tool missing from its shadow board, a small leak on a perfectly clean floor, an empty parts bin. These things become instantly visible, so you can solve problems before they blow up into full-blown crises. And you know what? The numbers really speak for themselves. Companies that go all in on 5S see real, tangible results. We're talking about huge reductions in the amount of floor space they need, massive cuts to their inventory, and some serious boosts in overall productivity. These are not small tweaks, people. These are game-changing improvements. Let's just pause on that 50% number for a second. That's the average reduction in work in process. That's not just stuff sitting around. That's cash. Cold, hard cash tied up in inventory. Freeing up that cash is a massive financial win, and beyond that, it means you can respond to your customers way faster, making your entire operation more agile. So if you take away just one thing, let it be this. Please do not mistake 5S for just a simple housekeeping program. It's a strategic weapon. It is the first, most fundamental step in building a true culture of continuous improvement. It creates a workplace that's stable, visual, and ready for excellence. And that pretty much brings us to the end, so I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. Take a look around you right now. Applying that very first step of 5S, what is one, just one, unnecessary thing you could remove from your workspace to start your own journey? It really is that simple to begin.